Is anyone sitting here?
Not as far as I can see.
Good. Oh, just made it. My word, that was close. Never thought I'd make it, tell you the truth. Hell of a jam in Regent's Park. A couple of cars had gone into each other. I've never seen such a jam. Fantastic. Come on, John. Smile, can't you?
Smile?
Common expression of pleasure when friends meet each other unexpectedly.
Why are you here?
I had to see you.
Why?
Something's come up. Could be important.
It's non-stop, you know, 2.5 hours.
Intercity, heart to heart.
Very funny.
I don't understand.
What?
You. What's the matter with you?
I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep. That's what journeys are for, nice, long sleep. You're breaking the law, Mr. Terson.
Huh?
Put it out, please.
Put it out? Since when have you been a non-smoker?
Always on trains, can't stand the smell of other people's stale tobacco. You're in for a rough journey, aren't you? Me snoring, no cigars, you should have stayed at home.
We've got to talk, whether you like it or not.
Later then, I'm much too tired now.
It's important.
Hang on a bit. How did you know I was here? Who told you I'd be on this train?
Ah, yes. Interesting, that. Well, there I was, sitting at home, idly watching the telly. And what should arise before my astonished eyes?
Don't tell me.
Those taking part in our discussion program on the new Africa include that well-known, bloody-minded journalist.
You must have been surprised.
Impressed? I was really impressed.
There's no need for that. I'm cheap, you see. £25 plus expenses. They wouldn't get Malcolm Muggeridge for that.
So I rang them up.
Them? Who's them?
The TV people. Asked them when you'd be travelling up.
Clever, resourceful.
Why tonight, though? Why not tomorrow morning?
Oh, they want to record it early. Some MP bloke's got to get back to London.
Oh, yes, I can see it all. The start of a new career, eh? Pundit Diamond, the instant opinion man.
I don't have instant opinions.
No?
Only about you, of course. I think you're a pain in the arse and a bloody nuisance.
Pack it in, John. There's a good chap. What do you want me to do, apologise?
I don't care what you do.
Oh, my God, it's you who should be apologising to me.
People always think apologies make everything fine and dandy. I'm sorry, they say. The slate's wiped clean, a nice big kiss and cuddles all round. Why are you here?
I've told you. Something's come up.
Gentlemen, dinner will be served in just a few moments. All drinks and snacks available at the bar.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. It is Mr. Diamond, isn't it? Mr. John Diamond?
It is, yes.
I thought so. I saw you at Euston, sir. Recognized the face.
Did you really?
Oh, yes, sir. It's quite a hobby of mine, sir. Recognizing celebrities. We get quite a few on this run, you know.
Do you?
Oh, mostly from the world of entertainment, though. Not a man from real life like yourself.
Would you mind closing the door, please?
Of course, sir. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Mr. Diamond, I follow your stuff very closely.
My stuff?
I read it very seriously. And I find it full of colour, full of atmosphere, and full of incident. Never a dull moment. I'll say that about you, Mr. Diamond. Never dull.
Thank you very much.
There is one thing, though, that I feel I have to say. Would you take a word of advice from an ordinary bloke like myself?
I seem to take advice from all sorts of people these days.
Well, it's this. I honestly believe with all my heart that we've heard quite enough about Africa, sir.
Oh?
But it'll do you no good in the long run. Now, look, I'm an ordinary, everyday fella, like most of the people who read you. And we are fed up to the teeth with all this chat about Africa. Look, what does it mean to us about this fiddling little country, 3,000 miles away, whatever it's called, but everybody's on about it now. What does it concern us? But it does concern us that it encourages certain people in this country to get above themselves and make a nuisance of themselves. Yes, I think we've had quite enough about the blacks, Mr. Diamond. More than enough, if you ask me.
Is that so?
That is so. Well, that's my opinion.
Well, every man's entitled to his own opinion, I suppose.
That is true, Mr. Diamond. That is absolutely true. Well, perhaps, gentlemen, I'll see you both later on for dinner.
Perhaps.
And if there's anything you want in the meantime, don't hesitate to let me know.
Dog of instant opinions.
Some journey. Cold train, fascist waiter. And you chasing around after me, nagging on about my divorce.
It's not your divorce.
You're my solicitor, don't forget I pay you.
It is not about your divorce. I've come here to help you.
I'm being followed.
Yes, I know, you've told me. The men in the white Citroen.
And you.
Me?
Well, you're here, you're following me.
Well, just to talk.
I wonder.
Wonder what?
I tell you, Mark, ever since I got back home. Home, he calls it. Ever since I got back from Africa to this green and pleasant land, there's been trouble. All this divorce crap, for one thing. And now those jokers who shot Witherspoon. They were shooting to kill, and I was the target.
Yes, I know.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad that's sunk in at last. And I'll tell you something else, Mark. I'm afraid. I confess it freely. At least I think it's fear. It's like a coating on the skin. Something you can't rub off. Scaly. Waking and sleeping.
Not of me, though. You're not afraid of me.
Can't ignore this feeling of unease. And Mark Terson, what about him? In his office yesterday afternoon, I noticed... Noticed what? A sense of strain, tension. Does he know more than he's telling? Could be. Yes, could be. Better watch him carefully in future.
You're out of your mind. Oh, John, for God's
I was
sake.
frightened when you came in through that door just now.
Oh, man.
Why shouldn't I be? You tell me that. Why should I not be afraid of you?
Well, we're supposed to be friends.
Friends are people you trust. I don't trust anybody these days. Not anymore.
You're a fool. Stupid, neurotic fool.
What a terrible phrase, Mr. Terson. Like the last line of some crappy bee picture, clattering with insincerity.
I mean it.
Do you indeed?
That's why I came to warn you about it. That's why I went to all this bother.
Warn me? What about?
Those men in that car.
What about them?
Well, if they tried to kill you once, they'll almost certainly try again.
I hate to disappoint you, old love, but that thought had already crossed my mind.
And you know why, don't you?
Why?
Why they're after you?
Africa, of course. Fearless John Diamond tells all. Power and politics, corruption and commerce.
Exactly. Now listen, I had lunch with a friend of mine today, Simon Brenner Jones.
Lovely name.
And what he said will really interest you.
Sorry. No smoking.
I say, how about a drink? I'm parched.
You go ahead. I'm fine, thank you.
I suppose I'm going to wait. Joyce said she had a nice long talk with you the other day.
Joyce?
Your wife? She rang up.
You're supposed to be acting for me, not my wife.
She wanted a copy of the lease, something about the roof.
What did she say then?
Well, just that you'd had a nice long talk.
Yes, yes.
I'm glad.
Oh?
I'm glad you're still able to talk to each other.
Wasn't a very fruitful conversation. Bloody disastrous, as a matter of fact.
Even so,
Even so, what?
nothing.
You're not trying to play Cupid, are you?
No, of course not.
Well, don't. Don't.
You're a funny fella. Strange, unhappy muddle.
My God, you're full of these dreadful platitudes, aren't you? Like some cut-price Christmas cracker.
If only you'd admit that you might be wrong.
About Joyce?
About anything.
Oh, come off it, Mark. I'm in no mood for your homespun philosophy. It's too tedious for words.
You were happy then, though, weren't you?
Happy when?
With Joyce.
You must be joking. Cooped up in that miserable house in that miserable street. Sheer bloody murder, you've no idea. Well, perhaps you have, I don't know.
Well, it's the same for thousands of others.
Well, I am not thousands of others, thank you very much, and I don't want to be.
Well, Yes, that's your trouble. Puffed up with your own self-importance.
But what is all this? Joyce and I finished years ago. You ask her. It happens, you know. People do change.
Yes, but
Yes, but...
not like you. You turn your back on everything that's gone before.
Well, is that bad?
Of course it's bad.
Why?
Because it means you're afraid of the past, afraid to recognize your own mistakes.
That's ridiculous.
Is it? Do you mean to say you're happier now than you were with Joyce?
That's not the point.
It's very much the point. Just because you can write reasonably well and you're paid more than most, you think you're something special. You think you can treat people like dirt and get away with it. Sometimes I think it's all an act, this fearless John Diamond, some sort of defense mechanism to protect a lonely, frightened little man that sits inside your skull.
You're getting quite poetic this evening, Mark. I really am rather impressed.
That's right, put up the shutters, it's all defensive.
Let's pack it in, shall we? We'll embarrass our companion.
Which means I'm probably embarrassing you.
Yes, you are. I've had enough. You're giving me a headache.
You still love her?
I don't even like her very much. And she hates me. Rotten bastard, she yelled at me as I ran off down the street. The local residents must have been quite startled. She looked so pure and talked so dirty.
Yup. She told me what happened.
No doubt your middle-class morality was shattered at the idea of a man like me using his wife to protect his own worthless skin.
I dare say my middle-class morality needs a good shattering from time to time.
I wonder where he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in here 5 minutes after the train's left the station. A good 5 minutes. Settles himself down. And now he's pushed off again.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps he was embarrassed.
Not him. He was fascinated, hiding behind that magazine, his ears flapping like mad.
Well, if he's feeling anything like me, he's probably gone out for a smoke.
Maybe.
Or dinner.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
What?
Let's see if it's in the dining car.
What on earth for?
Curiosity, interest. Besides, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
This way, I think.
Hey.
Why not? I can get it off my expenses.
Welcome, gentlemen. Oh, Mr. Diamond. Yes, come this way, please. Will this be all right for you, sir?
Yeah, fine.
Mr. Diamond, may I take your coat, sir?
Thank you.
Well, gentlemen, we shouldn't be too crowded tonight, so you'll be able to eat your dinner in peace.
Let's hope so.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, gentlemen, would you like a drink before you order?
Mark,
Yes, I'll have a scotch, please.
2 miniatures.
2 miniatures, sir. Water, ice, soda?
Just water.
Yeah, and for me.
Thank you, sir.
Well, he's not here, is he?
Who?
Our embarrassed companion. Wasn't in the corridor either.
Well, so what? He's probably just gone for a pee.
Beef for you, sir?
Thank you. I think so, boy.
And beef for you? Oh, no. A salad for you, sir. potatoes for you, sir.
Just a few, please.
Just a few, sir.
Oh, that's him.
Will that be all right
Yep,
for you,
yeah,
sir? Potatoes for you, sir?
No thanks.
You're all the same these days. All my gentlemen, sir. All watching their weight.
That's so.
All watching their weight, worse than the ladies. I remember when I first started on this run, we used to get
Perhaps
through
we can
about
have
20...
some horseradish sauce.
Horseradish sauce, sir, at once, sir.
So, tell me about your friend.
Friend?
The one with the lovely name.
Oh, Simon. Oh, he's a stockbroker.
What else?
Hmm?
What else could he be? Simon the stockbroker.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, well, anyway, he's very bright. He seems to know what's going on.
Lucky Simon.
He hears the whispers in the city.
What sort of whispers?
Find it interesting, I think.
I doubt it.
Oh, yes, I think we would.
Horseradish sauce.
Yes, it's a fascinating place, the city. There's more to it than chinless wonders in bowler hats. Power, John, that's what the city's all about. Power and influence.
I believe.
And Simon knows it more than most men. He's studied it. He understands it. He knows the language.
The language of power?
That's right. I mean, if you know what you're looking for, if you follow the market, the ups and downs, deals, speculations, and so on, well, it's not too difficult to make certain reasonable assumptions.
Such as?
Political assumptions. Politics and money are tied together, after all. I mean, no matter how much a particular country may wish to keep its political maneuvers hidden, more often than not, they're given away by the fluctuations of investment and trade.
Yes, that makes sense.
Providing, of course, you know the city. You know it bloody well.
Like your chum Simon.
Like my chum Simon, yes.
So?
Well, the financial markets worldwide, you can't expect to cover it all, so you specialize. For example, Simon specializes in Africa. New Africa.
Stop waffling, Mark. Get to the point.
I am not waffling.
All solicitors waffle. God, this brief, just look at it.
Look, he knew all about you. He knew you'd been to Africa, he knew about the articles you'd written, he knew you'd been in prison.
Thrown into jail is the phrase, not been to prison. Thrown into jail suggests daring adventure, wrongful arrest. Been to prison is just drab.
Let me get on with it, please.
What's your food like? Mine's loud.
John, it's important.
Sorry.
Look, he thinks the same as you do, this friend of mine. He's reached the same conclusion.
About what?
Well, about this revolution, coup d'etat, whatever you like to call it. He thinks it was rigged, a put-up job.
What did I say? What did I say the other afternoon?
Yes, but you hadn't any proof, had you?
Has he?
Well, not proof exactly.
What then?
Well, this Colonel Umbala, he was chucked out of the country because it was going bankrupt, right? Because he'd mismanaged the economy.
So they said.
Right. Well, the point is, John, the point is the economy collapsed not because he mismanaged it, but because a whole crowd of foreign investors suddenly withdrew their money. Umbala gets the push, and a new lot moves in.
And back comes the money overnight.
Well, first they take their money out for no apparent reason, and then they put it back.
For no apparent reason?
Well, not unless they wanted Umbala out and the new lot in.
And that's what Simon thinks, yes?
Yes, sir, yes. It makes sense, all right.
There's a lot of loot in Tobanga. Gold, manganese, bauxite. Perhaps there's more than we realize.
A great deal more, according to Simon. You see, somehow Umbala got wind of this, and he started to draw up plans to control the mining concessions. Well, he wanted to channel some of the money off into his social program, hospitals, schools, and so on.
Yes, he would, poor old sod.
Now, look, suppose the investors saw trouble ahead. They'd make a deal with the military skinheads. We'll help you get rid of Umbala if you play ball with us, yes?
Yes. It's not so simple, this Simon, working all this out for himself.
Oh, he's clever, all right. And he's worried, too. Worried about you.
Me? Why should he be worried about me?
Well, Simon thinks if they're prepared to get rid of a government, He wouldn't think twice about getting rid of honest John Diamond. That's what Simon thinks. Will, won't you?
What?
Take Simon's advice. If you won't take mine, leave it alone. There's no point in risking God knows what for well you know.
For a bunch of bloody wogs.
I don't mean that.
I don't care what you mean, Mark. Look, I'm not planning a campaign of banner-waving do-goodery. I'd just like to know. The whole situation is pregnant with the most delightful possibilities. I mean, these mysterious money men, they couldn't pull off a trick like this without friends in the government. Well, a government department, anyway.
Leave it alone.
Wouldn't be the first time the government's been involved, after all. Look at Drake and Raleigh, and all those po-faced Victorians handing out their Bibles with a text in one hand and a whip in the other. Then along we come, the new colonizers, carving up a country, grabbing what we can, using politics this time, not God, to justify our greed. Keep the Reds out of Africa, that's the war cry.
You're well out of your depth, John. Stick to writing. You're a journalist, not a politician.
I do believe you're frightened, Mr. Terson.
Frightened? When I came back from lunch, my knees were knocking together. I tried to ring you straight away, but you weren't there.
Unlike you, Mark.
What is it?
All this impulsive activity. You ring up a TV company, make all these arrangements, dash onto trains at the last moment.
Well, the whole bloody thing's unlike me.
Meaning what?
Meaning that I'm a reasonably conventional, reasonably predictable sort of person. All this talk of conspiracies are way outside my orbit.
I sometimes wonder whether conventionally predictable people are as conventional and as predictable as they pretend to be.
Gentlemen, I am very sorry to interrupt, but look, we're running short of space. Would you mind if I sat somebody here?
Oh, no, not at all.
Well, the other afternoon, you didn't even want to talk about this Africa business. And now suddenly, hey presto, it's all important.
Because of Simon!
So you say.
You can't open your mouth without being rude, can you? Bloody rude.
I didn't ask you to come here.
Here we are, then. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
Well, gentlemen, can I get you anything else?
Yes, coffee for me, please.
Coffee?
Yes, just coffee.
And, madam, would you like a drink before you order?
Yes, please. Gin and orange.
Gin and orange at once.
You known him long, this Simon?
Oh, yes. Known him for years.
You think he's honest?
God, yes. He'd have to be in his job.
I didn't mean that.
What then?
Are you sure it's me he's worried about? It could be he's trying to warn me off for his own reasons. He scares you, you scare me.
He wouldn't do a thing like that.
Why not?
Not the type.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
No, he's not. He's sort of dull, really, I suppose. I've always found him rather dull. Pleasant, but boring. He wouldn't think of a devious scheme like that.
Someone could have suggested it.
Not a chance.
Why not? Not the type, I suppose. Doesn't fit into your idea of a grafter. Too nice, decent chap, wouldn't let the side down. I bet you'd be surprised how many Oxbridge accents you'd find in Her Majesty's prisons. Poor old Mark, always and ever the sentimentalist. Enjoying that, are you?
Not too bad.
Yes, one of these days I'll have to take you to Africa. Go to one of these official cocktail parties. Some huge chap will come along, black as your hat, dressed in ceremonial robes. Mr. Terson, I'll say, this is the Prime Minister. Oh, not him, you'll say. He's not the type.
All right, John, you've had your little joke.
Well, you asked for it.
As far as I know, he's not involved, and as far as I know, he's not the type, right? Huh?
Or perhaps I'd better meet him.
Simon, why?
I'd like to ask him some questions, clear up a few loose ends.
Just take my advice, John. Forget it, please. What?
Easier said than done.
Shorter room, yeah? Thank you very much. Now, let's give you your gin and orange. Oh, dear. That enough? Thank you very much. Gentlemen, your coffee. Black or white?
Black, please.
Black, sir.
Yeah.
Good. And for you, sir?
Same again, please.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. No, madam, you'll have the beef, will you?
Yes.
And
Put yourself
what would you
in my
like to
shoes,
start
Mark.
with? Fruit juice?
Could you ignore a thing like this?
Oh, indeed, I could.
I bet
Only
you
too
could.
easily.
I bet you could.
It's asking for trouble, that's what it is. You can count me out. I'm having nothing more to do.
All right. You just arrange an introduction with Brenner Jones, and then you can creep away and forget all about it.
I will, and fast.
Great, that's all we needed.
Why have we stopped?
I don't know. So much for your intercity heart-to-heart.
What time is it? I do so hate it when they stop like this.
What?
I always think something might crash into the back of us.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about.
Most unlikely.
Signals, you see, they're automatic.
I still don't like it. Especially at night, in the middle of nowhere.
Like a cigarette.
No, I don't.
Oh! Damnation!
Well done, Mr. Terson.
I'm so
Blasted
sorry. Oh, I shouldn't have put it there.
No, Laura, it's entirely my fault.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Look, can I get you another drink?
Look, it's all over your coat.
So it is at last.
Oh, cold water's no good.
Isn't it?
No, it's sticky, you see. Drink. Hot water's better.
Is it? Waiter! Look, I'll take it to the loo. There's hot water there.
Is there?
Well, there should be.
Don't bother, Mark. Don't bother.
Won't be a minute. Anyway, it's my fault.
Mine, I think.
It must have dropped out of your coat.
Yes, it must have been.
What the hell are you doing? I saw you with my friend's bag going to our compartment with... Oh!
Well, after our last week,
Yes? What is it?
your ticket, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute, sir. You'll need this to come back.
Yes, of course. Hang on a minute.
Sir?
Forget what time the train gets in.
10:17. In about 25 minutes.
Of course.
Would you like a drop more coffee, sir?
Yes, why not?
Thank you, sir.
Your friend's a long time.
Sorry?
Cleaning the coat.
Ah, yes, well, not a very good housewife. Limited experience.
Hope he's all right.
I think he can come to much harm where he's gone, can he?
No, I suppose not.
Waiter, another bill, please.
Very good, sir.
Thank you. What the hell have you been doing?
I thought you'd never get here.
What is it? What's the matter?
I've killed him.
Killed him?
I couldn't help it.
Killed who?
Look. God almighty. He attacked me.
Why?
Well, I saw him with your bag, and I asked him what he was... And he kneed me, and I hit him, and I hit him again, and I...
Did anybody see you?
No one.
He is dead.
I think so.
Think so.
Must have hit his head in the basin.
Yes, he must have been. It was pure self-defense. Of course it was, Mark. Nobody's going to think you killed him on purpose.
Should we stop the train?
I don't know.
Call the guard or something?
Just a minute, be quiet, be quiet. We better find out who he is.
No, don't.
What?
You can't touch him.
What do you suggest? Police have to get him out, for God's sake. We've got to find out who he is. Well. Exhibit A.
Is it loaded?
Very much so. I think we better hang on to this.
You think we should?
Why, he doesn't need it anymore. It may come in handy. This is what he was after. Tabonga, you see. Material for my program tomorrow.
Could be a coincidence.
Oh, come off it. Well, look at this. John Lewis Diamond. Marcus Terson. And Joyce. What's Joyce got to do with this?
She's your wife. She's still your wife.
That's true. No indication of who he is.
Someone's coming.
Very soon.
I've been looking for you.
For me?
Here's my address. Do let me know if your coat has to be cleaned. I'd like to pay.
Well, there's only one thing to do, isn't there?
I don't know. I'm not sure. If we tell the guard, there'll be trouble. Police. That's the last thing I want.
We must tell them, though, about you and about the man in the mud.
About what, Mr. Terson?
About the accident.
Yes, you could tell them that. You want to make sure that you're in the clear, don't you? Then nobody gets the wrong idea.
Not just that.
What then?
Well, we ought to. It's the only thing to do.
And what about the rest of it?
The rest of what?
Witherspoon, Africa, the articles. Your clever chum Simon. You think we should tell them about that too?
Yes, I do. Well, why not? Why can't we?
Doesn't make any difference that you're innocent, of course. That won't keep your name out of it. It's too good a story, Mark, and I should know. London solicitor claims self-defense in lavatory killing. Still, if that's what you want. You'd better stop the train.
No, wait.
We could get rid of him.
Huh?
Push him off the train.
Not serious.
Why not?
You can't do a thing like that.
It'd look like an accident, no trouble. Look, he's dead, isn't he? Calling the guard isn't going to bring him back to life.
That's not the point, John.
All right.
You know it's
All
not
right.
the point.
Now's your chance. Tell the Mick.
I beg your pardon. Mr. Diamond, I was hoping to bump into you.
You did.
Sir?
Bump into me.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, look, sir, I was wondering if you'd do me a small favour. Would you mind signing this card for me? I've quite a collection of them at home, sir. Menus signed by the famous, as you might say.
Famous then, am I?
Oh, well, perhaps not famous, sir, but well known. I'd say you were definitely well known. Oh, thank you, Mr. Diamond. Thank you very much indeed. Nothing wrong, is there, sir?
Wrong?
You look a bit groggy.
Aye, it's the train. Not very good on trains.
Oh. Oh, well, look, if there's anything at all you want now, don't hesitate to let me know.
You know, I won't do.
Pleasant journey then, gentlemen. Last call for dinner. Last call for dinner. Last call for dinner.
I don't want any trouble. I don't want to get involved.
All right. Come on.
Come on. I can't touch him.
Get it on.
Feeling better now, sir? Good.
Sick. Very sick.
Years ago, Mark, when I was young and full of hope, they sent me off to Korea, remember? I had it all worked out what I was going to write. A great blasting attack on the brutality of wars and killing. It was all there, passion, real, driving force stuff, you know. It was somewhat different when I actually got out there. Fear in the gut. Oh, the real thing. Anyway, I got on with it. One sunny afternoon, they sent me out with a platoon. Mopping up is what they called it, minimal danger. Even so, they gave me a gun. Somehow I got separated, taking pictures, I suppose. The leaves just closed around me. Couldn't call out, daren't draw attention to myself. Had to find my way back somehow. Didn't know where, not really. I made bargains with the Almighty. You know, God, let me get back and I'll do anything at all. Suddenly a movement, a snapping of twigs. Without thinking, I swung round and fired. Something cried out. Something fell. I had to look, of course. There was a little boy, about 6 or 7. He must have been near a village. I'd blown a hole in the side of his head. When I got back, I had a cup of coffee and said nothing. Went to bed, slept soundly. When I woke up the next morning, I couldn't believe it had happened. I still can't. But it did.
The moral being?
Oh, no moral. Just a story. Look at this. He's broken it, the bastard. He bought that in Zurich. You can't get them in this country at all.
A mistake, John. We shouldn't have done that.
Not much choice, really.
What do you mean, not much choice?
You know what the police are like. They'd trample my story into the dust.
Your story? Do you mean you're going on with it?
Of course.
After all this?
What else?
And that's why you made me.
Yes, yes. I'm sorry. I thought you understood.
Oh, my God.
Look, Mark, the police start asking questions. We tell them what we know, what we think we know. What then? We can't prove anything. The opposition would cover their tracks in next to no time. One accidental death and one broken razor, that's all that'll be left. This way it stays open.
You dragged me into this, haven't you? Right up to the bloody neck. The very thing I came to warn you about. I should have stayed at home, shouldn't I? I should have realized what I was doing. Must warn John, I thought. Straight away. Never stopped to realize. I didn't expect any thanks anyway. Not from you, never from you.
Thank you, Mark. I'm very grateful.
So, what do we do now, eh? Nothing. Just sit and wait for them to try again, eh?
Get some sleep.
Sleep, I can't sleep.
Did you say he was coming out of the toilet in my case?
Yes, I did.
Why go all that way to go through it? Why not go through it here in the compartment?
Well, I suppose he must have thought someone would have seen him.
A man opening a case, nobody would think twice about it.
What then?
I don't know. It seems as though they'll stop at nothing to get rid of me.
Listen for you. Look at that. Hell of a lot of us.
Keep still.
See?
Well, it should be. Yeah, I think you better keep this. You may need it.